Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll show you how to draw or construct an isometric drawing step by step using the EGT techniques. This is the DBE media exam from 2024. So let's get into it. I'll start off by reading the instructions, and then after reading the instructions I'll start drawing my isometric drawing, right? Okay, so we are given the front view, top view, and the right view of the casting. We are also given the position of point A on the drawing sheet. Instructions using scale 1:1. I'll have to convert the orthographic views of the casting into an isometric drawing, right? Using scale 1:1. All right, okay. Use A as the starting and lowest point of the drawing. We have the starting point there on our answer sheet, but I'll use this blank page to draw my isometric drawing, right? Okay. I'll have to show all construction. No hidden detail is required, right? Okay, so now I can start drawing my isometric drawing. So first of all, I must know which view is which. This view here, it's the top view because this view is at the top, and then this view is the front, and this is the right view. Why? Because this view is on my right hand side. All right, okay, so now I'll have to analyze this given three views. If I check, I have point A on the right view. Point A is right there. All right, from the front view, point A is there. All right, please do not do that mistake. Point A is not here but is here. All right, okay, from the top view, point A is there, and then if you project that point down to the front view, you'll see that that line will align with this line here. All right, okay, I hope that makes sense. So I'll start with this front part. So I'll start with this surface, this U shape surface. So I'll just highlight that surface so that you can see it. So I'll start by constructing this part of the casting. All right, so if you check, the height of this part is given as 20, and then the depth of the same part is 36. So I'll start from point A. I'll measure 20 going up. So just take my set square. Point A is right here, so it means I'll just measure 20 millimeters going up. Mark a point there, then the depth going to my left hand side, it's 36, so I'll just mark 36 here. Okay, and then draw a vertical line there, and also draw a line from that point there. So as you can see, I have a rectangle there. Remember, I'm trying to draw this U-shape surface, right? Okay, so if you check from the top view, the thickness of this part is 5. We are given from the top. All right, okay, so I'll just measure that. I'll measure 5 from this point going in, mark there, and then 5 from this point going up. All right, then I'll just quickly draw 2 vertical lines from the points, and then at the bottom it's 5 as well. I will show you why. So I'll mark a point there, then draw a line. All right, okay, so the bottom part is 5 because remember the height of the part is 20, and then if you check here, it's 15 deep, so it means from here to here it's 15, so what's remaining, it's 5 millimeters. All right, okay, so now I can just draw in this U shape here, as you can see it there. So just draw in solid lines, like that, like that, just like that. Okay, so I'm done with that surface. So now I have to draw the depth of that part. So if you look at the right view, it goes in by 52. All right, so looking from the top, obviously it's from here to there, it's 52. So I'll just project the points up using my 30 by 60. So project that up, that point up, that point up, and also that point at the bottom, that point that point. Okay, and then I'll measure 52. So it's 52 there, mark a point, and then I can just draw a vertical line there. I just want to double check what's happening. Okay, I have a vertical line there, so it means I can make it solid. So just draw a solid line there, and also this part here. Like that. So this surface is this surface here. Alright, I'll just highlight that. So it's this surface here. Okay, because this hidden detail aligns, it shows that okay, there is something inside. All right, but here I have a flat surface, right? Okay, and then if I check from the top view, I can see that there is a line going in also here. All right, it goes into there to there, but for now I'll just leave it. I'll just draw a construction line, and then I'll have to draw in this channel here, because the channel, it goes in by 36 millimeters. It's this part here. All right, okay, that channel starts here, goes in by 36. So I'll just measure 36 there. This 36 is the hidden part. Okay, and then I can just draw in a solid line there like that. So this is the surface inside. Let me check there. Okay, we are not given the height for this part, so I will have to draw an auxiliary view for this V shape there. All right, because that V part, it's somewhere here. All right, so I'll just try and draw an auxiliary view. So the height of this V shape part, it's 20 minus 12, which is 8. All right, so it's 8. So what I can do is I'll just draw it here, somewhere here. I'll draw a line, and draw a vertical line, measure 8. So 8 is there. Okay, and then I'll draw another line there, like construction. So I'll take my 45 by 55 set square, draw 2 lines from this point going up to the left and to the right. All right, why? Because we are given that this angle here, it's 90. So what's remaining this side is 45 and 45, and when you add the 3 numbers, you get 180. So that's the reason why I have a straight line here. So I'll use my 45, draw a line to there, also this side, draw a line to there. So this is the auxiliary view. So I can just create a square or rectangle like that. So I have this point. All right, so now let me check. Okay, I have this length, so I was looking for this length, right? Because we are not given here. Okay, so now it means I can just draw a line going in from that point there, like that. Okay, that line, let me see. Okay, it's not this one, it's the one there. So I'll have to measure 36. So measure 36 from here going in. 36 is there, so it means the V part will be on this line. Okay, so this gap here, it's 26. All right, half of 26 is 13, so 13 is there. I'll mark a midpoint. All right, so that midpoint is this point here. Okay, so now I'll have to measure this and mark it here there, and then also this section, mark it up there. So from this center point to there, you can say it's 8. So measure 8 there, mark a point, and 8 going up, mark a point. All right, okay, so I have those 2 points, which is those 2. Okay, and then I'll just project this midpoint down, and the height, remember, is it's 8, so I'll measure 8 there, mark a point there. Okay, what else? Okay, so now I'll just join the points like that. Okay, then I can draw that in, and then here I'll just draw a line there and a line here. It's this section there. All right, okay, let me see, it's 8, okay, so I'll just draw a line from here to there, and also this side like that, and then at the corner there I must have an edge like that. Okay, I'll have to project these 2 points, this point and that point, up, light construction, and then this block I'll have to draw a line all the way to there. Let me use the other pencil, and also here straight line like that. Okay, okay, so now I'll have to try and draw those 2 wings. All right, if you look at the top view, I have the wing there and also this side, right, and it goes out by 38. Right, so where does it start? It starts from here, looking from the right view. So the wings start there, and this edge on my drawing is right there, so it means I'll just draw 2 lines going out. All right, okay, I'll take my 30 by 60 there, draw a line going down. I can even draw it from the other side, let's say, and then I'll take down this point. All right, okay, because it's this edge, it's also on the other side. All right, I'll mark a point there. So now I'll measure 38 going out. 38 is right there, it's this 38. All right, so it means it's from here to there, and also on the other side I'll have to measure 38, but the total length is 112, so it means I can measure from here, measure 112. So this is 100, 110, 112 is there, so it means I'll just mark a point right there. Okay, from this point I'll just draw 2 vertical lines like that. Okay, and then the height of that part is 12, so it means I'll measure 12 there. 12 is right there. I can transfer that height to the other side, so 12 is there, so I can just draw that in like that, and also on the other side draw the height like that. Okay, so now there is a line going up. Right, so this height is this height here. All right, okay, and then I must find out what's the length from here to there. All right, but if you can check, we have that semicircle up there, and we are given that the radius is 30, so it means from here to there it's 60. All right, so what I can do is I have to find the midpoint. I can find the midpoint using this point here. So this is the midpoint here, so it means I'll measure 30 from there. Let me just draw a light construction line going down and up. So I'll measure the 30 from here going down. 30 will be there. Okay, and then going up as well, I'll mark a point there, 30. So it means those 2 points it's this 2. All right, so now I can just join the points. Okay, so take my set square there, join those 2 points like that, and also there like that. Okay, and then if you check from those 2 points, I have a straight line going up, so I'll just draw a light construction line going up. Okay, let's check now. So it goes up to there by 8. We are given here, so it's 8. If you take your ruler, align your ruler with those 2 lines there, you will see that it takes you to that point. So it means the height is 8. So I'll measure 8 there, and mark a point. So this is 9, this is 8, so mark 8 there, and then draw a line going up. Okay, so here I can just draw a solid line, and also up there like that. Okay, so now if you check, there is 2 lines there, so those lines are from here, from this point here going up, and also there up. But I have to draw in this section there, and also here, and then now I can just draw a line going up like that. And then complete that section. Like that. Okay, so I'll just project that up like that, and also this section, and I'll just project that up, and also that section there. Okay, so let me just complete the wings there. So the depth of the wings there, it's 22, so I'll just try and measure 22 there, mark a point there, and then just draw in that rectangle quickly. Even here I'll mark 22 and join the points. Also like that. Okay, I will transfer this point to the other side. It's right there. Let me also project this point here so that I can transfer this to the other side. Why? So that I can join the 2 like that, but I have to draw a line up to there. Alright, okay, and then connect there. Okay, and then what else? Okay, it goes up here. That means I'll have an edge. And then let me check. I have that rectangle and that slanted part. So it's the rectangle and the slanted part. Oh, okay. So it means I was not supposed to draw a line here. Okay, it's fine. I can just erase that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm done with the wings. So now I'll have to try and draw this surface here. As you can see, it's like an L shape. So that surface, it starts from here. Right, but before that, you can see that, okay, I do have this point on my drawing. It's this point here. Right, so if you check here, there is a line at an angle of 20 degrees. All right, are we given the length of this point? No, we are not given, so it means I'll have to draw an auxiliary view in order for me to get the distance from this point to this point here. So I need that gap. All right. Okay, so for me to draw an auxiliary view for this, it means I'll have to get the height of that angle. So I can say 20 minus 8, which is 12. All right, so it means from here to there it's 12. So what I can do is I can draw the auxiliary view this side. Mark a point there, draw a vertical line, measure 12, the height of that line, like that, draw a horizontal line. So now I'll have to draw that line from here at an angle of 20, but now I'll have to take my protractor and measure 20 degrees. 20 degrees is there, so I'll mark inside my drawing, so it's fine. I have a point there, and then it means now I'll have to align my ruler with that point there and this point, then draw an outline from here to that line. All right, so this is the line that I was looking for. So now if you can check, I do have the length. All right, okay, so now it means I can just proceed with my my isometric drawing. All right, okay, so this point here, it's this point. Okay, so going up, I'll measure 34, so I'll transfer that to my drawing, which is 34. 34 is there. Okay, then I'll just draw a light construction line going up, and the height, remember, it was 12, so measure 12 there. 12 is there, so it means now I can just connect this line, these points together, okay, by drawing a line. And then now I can just transfer that to the other side, so it will start from there. Okay, remember the depth of this part is 60, so I'll measure 60 there. 60 is there. Okay, so it means I'll have to draw a line there. So it means I was not supposed to extend that line too much. Okay, so just draw that in first, like that, and then fix that like that. Okay, so now what else? Oh, remember the depth there, so it means I'll just project this straight up like that, and then project this point up where it connects with those two lines. I will take them up. All right, so take that up, that means I have a point. Take that up, that means I have a point. If you check here, there is a gap. That gap is this gap here. All right, okay, I hope it makes sense. So it means now I can just draw a line there and a line there. All right, it's these two lines from the top view. So I'll take my ruler there, draw a line there, a line there, and then connect with these points here, like that. Okay, something like that.